Welcome to another Morrongo TV video where we review inspirational messages by Billy Graham, one of the most influential and prominent Christian leaders of the 20th century. Regardless of your own faith and beliefs, Billy's messages, and the example of his life, can certainly influence your own life in a positive way. Before we continue, a gentle reminder to like this video and hit the bell to be notified when we post more inspirational videos. Let's now examine these remarkable principles by Billy Graham. Courage. Billy Graham tells us about courage. Courage is contagious. When a brave man takes a stand, the spines of others are often stiffened. This message, which clearly conveys the need for one man to stand and be an example to others, finds its source in Billy's early life, which was rooted in being courageous to surmount the challenges of accepting his vocation and becoming what he would become. Billy was born in Charlotte, North Carolina on November 7, 1918, from an Irish-Scottish family and the eldest of 4 children of William and Morrow Franklin Graham, and raised in a farm with 2 sisters and a younger brother, practicing in the Associate Reformed Presbyterian Church. This was a remarkable phase of life that required courage and commitment, as he had a rocky start. Billy attended Bob Jones College, but one semester he had found the coursework too restricting and began to doubt his career choice. While attending college, he struggled academically and needed to take corrective action to avoid wasting the opportunity, as he was almost expelled and risked being a college dropout. Early on in his life, he was convinced by a friend to seek out Mordecai Ham, an independent Baptist evangelist based in Kentucky, and after a series of revival meetings, Graham considered himself converted. Courage led him to find a solution that came when he met and was influenced by Pastor Charlie Young from Eastport Bible Church, and Graham began to seriously contemplate a life in service as a pastor. Bob Jones Sr., the founder and president of the college, encouraged him to take control of his life and to pursue the life of an evangelist. In 1939, Graham was ordained by a group of Southern Baptist clergy at the Peniel Baptist Church in Palatka, Florida. 4 years later, he graduated with a degree in anthropology from Wheaton College. Give and receive. Billy Graham's life illustrates this wonderful principle which he preached with his words and his life. God gave us 2 hands, one to receive with, the other to give with. Graham's service life began as a pastor of the United Gospel Tabernacle while attending college, and in 1943 to 1944, he served as a pastor of the Western Springs Baptist Church in Chicago. During this time, he took over a radio program called Songs in the Night. His preaching style became famous for his unique approach, using simple, direct messages of sincerity that would help clarify the concepts of sin and salvation to his listeners. In 1945, he joined the Youth for Christ organization, and 2 years later, he served as president of Northwestern Bible College in Minneapolis. He gave with one hand and received with the other at an early age, but in his next inspirational message, we learn about how he engaged in crusades for others. Tears for others. In this wonderful statement, tears shed for self are a sign of weakness, but tears shed for others are a sign of strength. We find the spiriting of fighting for others that became a powerful endeavor that led him to fame at the national level. His first crusade was held from September 13 to 21, 1947 in the Civic Auditorium in Grand Rapids, Michigan. The invitees to these gatherings were called inquirers and were given the chance to ask questions and to speak one-on-one with a counselor. Over 5,000 people attended this first crusade. Graham continued his crusades in Los Angeles, and thousands of curious visitors all over the country attended his famous gatherings, including Hollywood's elite and movie stars. But he also took his crusades around the country and the world. Legacy. Racial prejudice, anti-Semitism, or hatred of anyone with different beliefs has no place in the human mind or heart. Graham's legacy has reached exponential proportions in America and all around the world even. In 1950, he launched the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association, and with his charisma, his preaching helped people from all over the world in his mission to accept Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. His organization performed extraordinary work through media coverage, cooperation with political leaders, and coordination with local churches. He was praised about his involvement in the civil rights movement. At the early ages of his crusades, the police were often segregated by race. He adapted his crusades and strongly advocated the need for integration, as his message was to spread love and that there is no such thing as a superior race. It is well noted that during the 1980s, when other evangelists were getting into scandals at the mercy of national media, Graham's name and reputation remained clean and would continue to be, as his career spanned nearly half a century with few people ever questioning his integrity. Throughout his mission, He served as spiritual advisors to several US presidents from Harry S. Truman all the way to Barack Obama. In 1996, he and his wife received the Congressional Gold Medal of Honor, and in 2001, he was made an honorary Knight Commander of the Order of the British Empire. Perhaps it is proper to use his own words to describe the merit for the end of his career. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. When character is lost, all is lost. He concluded his public career in 2005 at Queens, New York, as he conducted his final crusade. He preached in person to more people in the history of the world, and with his death in 2018 at the age of 99, he was the fourth person in history to lie in honor at the United States Capitol Rotunda in Washington, D.C., together with Rosa Parks, Officer Jacob J. Chestnut Jr., and Detective John M. Gibson. Throughout the years, Billy Graham had several inspiring quotes and messages that have moved millions of people worldwide. We hope these inspirational quotes and life of this renowned Christian leader has inspired you and motivated you. Please drop us a comment and don't forget to subscribe to our channel to be notified when we post new videos. Morrongo TV. Motivation, inspiration, fun!